Back in the day, if you were a dancer, people looked down upon you and judged you for it. And now we have Cardi B, we have you, we have Amber Rose. There's so many women that have figured out life and how to be boss bitches that have come out of that culture. What was that experience like for you?
There is both power and pain in being beautiful and fearless. The Huntress is a personification of the independent female spirit. When we are pulled in different directions, it is typically because different archetypes existing in our psyche want different things.
You know, I just feel like women, they have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts, and they've got ambition and they've got talent as well as just beauty. And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for. I'm so sick of it.
Self-reliance and courage are pillars of the Huntress archetype. The Huntress doesn't need anyone to define her. She represents assertion and strength. The Huntress expresses femininity in its own way, untainted by patriarchal swords. She is removed from the idea of a woman becoming a traditional wife or mother. The Huntress goes for what she wants and she gets it. That is Drea Michele.
I'm Draya Face, Drea Michele.
That's what's up. And where you from?
I'm from Pennsylvania, right outside of Philly, a small little city called Reading, PA.
Status, fame, and money. She went for it, like it or not. Business owner, trendsetter, model, actress, reality TV star. Born and raised in Reading, Pennsylvania, Drea yearned to be in the big city, as she always wanted to become a fashion designer someday.
Usually I like to wear lots of bright colors for my birthday, but this year I decided to go with browns and tans and caramels. It's very, very, very different from what I usually do for my birthday.
Raised by her Italian mother, whom she considers a best friend, Drea struggled with her identity throughout the years. The not black enough or white enough battle she faced only prepared her to be the independent personality that television would now know and love.
Speaking of like black women, so you're biracial, right? And in like the last couple seasons of the show, there was like a conversation about colorism. Like people felt like there was colorism. So while you were on the show, did you feel like you witnessed that? You saw it? Do you feel like even off the show you did see that happen in like the seasons that continued?
Like colorism with who? Well, wait, first of all, you said I'm biracial. I am biracial, but I consider myself a black woman.
Right.
So yes, I am biracial.
Have you had any hardships with that in this industry, identifying as a black woman?
Yeah. Okay. It's always been one way or the other. I'm not black enough for the black girls, and I'm not white enough for the white girls. But either way, I gotta stay true to myself. And
right.
If what I choose to represent doesn't accept me, then oh well. I just am who I am.
The Huntress protects other energies and is very clear of her goals. She is essentially a woman on a mission. Drea, a mother of 3, has historically been very private about her personal family matters. She does not share more than she should. This will be representative of that protector embodiment that she carries with her. The Huntress has got a bow and arrow and is always ready to strike. And that people-pleasing energy that you typically see in traditional womanness, she goes against this and may experience sister or mother wounds from other women. At the age of 17, Drea became a mother to her firstborn son. Despite being very young and no longer with her child's father, Drea admits that it was her own mother's love and support that carried her through such a life-changing time period for her. With full support from her mother, Drea went on to live a life as she saw fit for herself and her child. Working in the day as a bank teller and a dancer by night to make ends meet.
I just had a goal. The goal was to get the money and get the heck up out of there. And always, the entire time that I did that, I still had a day job.
Yeah.
So I worked at the bank during the day, which, was really hard. Balancing getting off at 2:00 in the morning and still have to get up, get my kids to school, and go to work at the bank and work 9 to 5 at the bank every day. It was challenging, but it was just what I had to do.
When a news story broke out about her leaving her son unattended, it seemed that many of her critics were constantly bringing up the news story as a means to shame Drea, as opposed to them genuinely being concerned about the welfare of her child. In addition to people constantly bashing her online because of her mistake made public, they also tend to mention that she has slept with a lot of people and is only dating men for money. Again, still not clear as to why, who or how many people a woman chooses to sleep with should constantly be brought up as a means to shame her. And in regards to her being a gold digger, her relationships appear consensual and no one has claimed that she has used them for money.
How many basketball players have you been with? I know that's if you don't watch the show, that seems like, Wendy, you're crazy, but this girl has gotten around, and I appreciate you being honest about it. Would you say that you've dated over a dozen basketball players?
Over a dozen?
Yes.
No way.
Okay.
And dated, what is to me, dated is like, we went on a date.
Sex. Just let's call it what it is. Sex. All right, Kenyon Martin is one of those names that you've been with, and he's from the Denver Nuggets. Also, Deshaun Stevenson from the Dallas Mavericks.
He's cute.
Yeah, there were words on the show that you had been with 3 basketball players in one night, like passed around.
Yeah, no, like I would have millions like by now. If I was doing crazy wild stuff like that. Kenyon, no, I never dated him. He was just a friend of mine.
Yeah.
But Deshaun, I dated for a little while.
Yeah.
But the 3 basketball players, I haven't even been with 3 basketball players in the same month, like let alone day.
It is usually known that a woman who carries herself a certain way expects to be treated nicely. Because of her strong will and independence, the Huntress can be a bit of a loner, and she trusts very few. However, in most of her time on the Basketball Wives television show, Drea remained very individualistic, unwilling to submit to the expectations others had of her. With the Huntress, women may use this archetype to set themselves apart and to define themselves separate from their family and friendships. They tend to stick by a more original, unexplored take. Despite being with an athlete, her ex-fiancé, Orlando Scandrick, Drea continued to post, do interviews, media, and work on her business, Mint Swim. You see the Huntress archetype in women like Solange, Erykah Badu, Khalees, Pink. These women like to define themselves apart from their husbands, apart from what society wants them to be. Current opinions about Drea's pregnancy with NBA athlete Jalen Green is not really a surprise if you know the Huntress archetype.
Now this right here is some shit. This is some starting out your 2024 in a whole new way. It's like she's pregnant by someone her oldest son's age. That's what makes the number thing a theme for me, because she has a son who's the exact same age as this professional athlete who she's pregnant by. Now, let's put that aside for a moment, because you know, if it wasn't for that, maybe I could mentally get over it. But Drea has been in the entertainment game for like 14 years, and she's not a newcomer. And because she's been in the game so long, to me, why is she still going after athletes? You know what I mean? Like, why is she still going after athletes? To me, Drea is a woman of a certain age. She's 40 or close to 40. I think she should be dating like the owner of the team, or maybe the coach of the team, or the owner of a record label, not a rapper. That's how I kind of view Drea now, especially as I've been journaling and going on the journey with her about who she's been dating. She's done the athlete thing. She has another child by a different athlete. So I just want more for her.
As mentioned before, she likes to do her own thing, and she doesn't really care what society thinks of her. She is comfortable in her own skin, and she is determined to go after what she wants.
Do you want any more kids, or are you done?
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like one, I think.
So like the person you're
I don't know.
dating, you see like a future with them?
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids, and I feel like the relationship at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
The relationship is amazing to have, right? But that's not what I'm basing having a kid on, because I'm very non-traditional, and I feel like two people that love each other very much, or even that love each other very much as friends,
I know there's these little things
can co-parent. I feel like you can co-parent without being in a relationship.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Like, you know, maybe just two people say, hey, you want a kid? I want a kid. Let's just have a kid, and like, let's just
Really?
see.
So you would
I'm
do
very
that?
like free spirit. I'm very open and just, you know.
If you understood the Huntress archetype, then you would understand that her decision is always hers. And if she cared about what others thought about her decisions, then she would not be who she is. From the time that Draya Michele was 26 years old, just getting out on reality television, to her now being 39 years old and no longer on TV, you can see right there that no matter how much time has passed, people will always judge you for your mistakes, for your decisions, for you choosing to do what you want to do, and doing so confidently with no shame or regret. This can be an archetype you use to help you assert who you are and to speak your truth. This is the energy that's really going to help you focus and go after what you truly want, despite what society expects of you. This is the Huntress.